Hello guys. So I have been away from my hydroponic system for 5 full days. Will my hydroponics look like this, or did it survive? That is the question. So let's find out. There we are, guys. We're surviving in here. It's actually doing really well. However, as you can tell, there is a lot that is going on, and not what I was actually planning to do. It has grown by leaps and bounds since we've been away. So we are actually going to try to do a very quick one-take video. So we're going to clean our shears, get these all nice and sanitized, and we're actually going to do a harvest of the plants in our hydroponic system, because as you can see, they are touching the light, and that's not good, right? That is not good. Not good at all, John. Coffee. So we're going to do a quick harvest. So I'm going to wipe off my shears. I could use a lot better cleaning that I'm about to do, but this is at least a sanitized, here we go, sanitized cloth. So I'm gonna do as good a job as I can on these shears, but these shears apparently need to be soaked, but that's okay. All right, I'm gonna do this quickly. So we're going to harvest so that we can kind of get this back to a manageable size. All right, yay! This is our first hydroponics harvest. Look, guys. Look at that girl. She's huge. See? She is huge. So let's put it to the side. So we're going to go ahead and harvest as it makes sense. And of course, I'm trying to harvest and not hit the camera at the same time, which is not going to go so well, I don't think. Let's pull this out of here. So I'm going to give her a really big haircut. Yeah, look at that. That's crazy. So that's one. Now let's go to, so that was Napa cabbage. This one is just kind of hanging out at the very bottom, so I'm going to go ahead and take that off too. All right, now let's go to this Savoy cabbage. That, of course, doesn't need to stay in there, but yay. Look at that. You know what? Let's put these kind of, let's put that back. Let's put these kind of separate, because I don't know these plants like that. This is my first time growing Savoy cabbage. All right, so I'm going to take that off, as well as that. Okay. All right. This is our Savoy cabbage harvest. Now, the one that is coming across here, that is a Siberian kale. So let's grab her. Look at her. That is also her. That is up at the light. There are two of them that are in there. Yeah. So I'm going to prune them both. All right, look at that. So look at what that leaf was looking like. Yeah, it did not need to be on that light that way. So let's try to get her off of this light altogether. Oh my gosh, look at the pepper, y'all. Oh, mercy. That pepper is huge. Okay, let's get back to it. So let's go ahead and get the rest of this Siberian kale off of here and make it manageable for the hydroponic system. Yes, 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 yes. This down so I don't take too much off, and I'm gonna just try to reach back here and grab like a couple of these because I can reach them. Not a good look. So, and that cotyledon, and see if I can reach this back here. Nice. All right. So now, oh, I gotta get this one too. Okay. Lean, lean, lean. Okay. So now that I've gotten those off, actually, I've got to get these two. Oh, you're saying, what am I doing? Why are you leaving those? All right, got those two. And these were broken. So they were struggling already. Let's get these off of here. These look like the cotyledons. Just browning. So got that off. All right, now let's go to the giant red mustard green and get that off. That pulled off a immunity dome at the same time, so that's bad. But let's get this girl. Here she is. There's our giant red mustard green. I put her here. I know what she looks like. I've grown this before. Holy cow. Look at this leaf. Ah! That. Look at that. Can you see my hand? That is a big leaf. That is a big leaf. Oh my goodness. Let's see if you can still see. Okay, let's see if I can get these. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right, another one. Get this one in the back. Okay, and today, I did not tell you what today is. Today is the 28th of February, so this would make this day 29. So this is actually our first harvest at day 29. Okay, let's see, is there another second leaf in there? There is a tiny leaf in there, so I'm going to take this one too. so that I don't have to do this again like tomorrow. Okay, so that being said, we now have the 2 tomatoes in there. They're still looking good, but definitely need to be separated. This was getting shaded out. That is not the hyssop. This is what we moved over into there. And oh mercy, what was it we moved over in there? Oh, I don't remember what I put there. That's so bad. That's supposed to be there. Something knocked that over. I guess when it was getting so big, it knocked that dome off. I can move this dome. Put that up here. Looks like I forgot to close this when I went to leave. I put some more water in there, and I'm glad I did. Otherwise, this would have been bone dry by the time I got back. I had some solution that already had some nutrients in it, so I went ahead and just put them in there. Okay, so, all right. And this looks like it started leaning because it was getting so large. So let's go ahead and get one of the steaks. And we'll add a steak in there to help this stand up straight. I don't know how well I'm going to put this in here to help it. Am I hurting it? I might be hurting it more than I'm helping it. See. Okay, there we go. All right, that's it. And talk about the mullein. So this is our mullein, guys. She's growing. Can you see her? That's our mullein. She's growing nicely. And then, hold on one second. I'm going to show you the rest. All right, picking it up so you can see. This is what it's looking like. So that is what our lemon plants look like. The water is still pretty moist. Nothing going back there. What we have back there, our avocado, nothing yet. That's still moist. That was our rosemary that I was trying to keep the root. And this is the celery, and it looks like tiny bit of water in the celery, but it's still there. So nothing like this poor plant that was a gift. And then looks like this isn't doing as well either, but these are still great. But the fig tree that's just hanging out in here, this Violet de Bordeaux, is doing pretty well. All right, then let's look at these very quickly. Not doing great. Some of them have not germinated yet. The okra, it doesn't look very happy. It's all cloudy in there. The roselle looks like it may have actually germinated a few more. Can't quite tell. Maybe, maybe not. Not sure. But the dill definitely has germinated. Yes. Dill has germinated. You can kind of see a root right there. So it has germinated. I've got to get these out of here, but it will not be tonight. It will have to be tomorrow at some point. So all in all, I think it's safe to say that the hydroponics did very well. I left plants that I was not able to water while I was here. One bit the dust. This one's okay, but the blooms maybe are dying naturally. I still had a little water in this one, and the fig is doing okay. But by and large, the hydroponic system did fantastic. I really didn't have anything to worry about. The roselle, that's what this is. The roselle, and actually there should have been another one. Oh my. Okay. The roselle, that's not wet. I better check the system. But the roselle, ooh, that water's at the bottom, I think. The roselle was clearly searching for light. But all in all, the system did well. It didn't run out of water, and that is a great thing. So I think leaving the hydroponics for 5 days wasn't a total bust. I was really nervous about it because I knew the plants might get to the light, and they did, but they weren't as burnt as I really thought they might have been. So I'm really pleased at that. I don't know if they just got there or what, but I'm very pleased at that. All right, guys, that is going to be it for now. That's it for our update. Basically, we left it for 5 days and it did fantastic. This is our beautiful harvest, our very first harvest from the hydroponic system. All right, guys, that's going to be it for now. Whether you live to grow or grow to live, let's just get to growing. Later, y'all.